Hi guys, I'm Amit Awar from Networkers Home Technical Team, and today I'll cover FTD and FMC installation in this video. So let's start. So the first thing, what is firepower? So firepower is kind of one product family in Cisco, like Catalyst. Catalyst is one of our Cisco switches family. Then UCS is one of them. Then like that, there's a different families over there. So same, firepower is one of the product family name, which is in security domain. And in this family, there are the three products. The first product is FTD, that is firepower threat defense. This is one of our next generation firewall. And second product is firepower NGIPS, means this is firepower next generation intrusion prevention system. And the third one is FMC, that is firepower management central. So FMC we use for the centralized management here. So there are the three products here, FTD and NGIPS, and then FMC here. So the first thing is, what is FTD? So this is firepower threat defense, and this is also known as next generation firewall. And right now in the market, there's so many different firewalls out there, like FTD. This is a Cisco product, that Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FortiGate, Sonic Wall, Sophos, and for the Juniper as well. So there is just so many next generation firewalls out there, and FTD is one of them. So this is firepower threat defense. So can see now, this is Cisco firepower next generation firewall, and next generation firewall is the industry, and this is the industry first fully integrated threat focused next generation firewall with unified management. So this is full integrated firewall is there, fully integrated. It means like in this one are so many like options, are so many features are there, like there is a threat defense is there, and there is so many different policies like identity policy, SSL policy, DNS policies kind of stuff. So that kind of filtering we have there. AMP also, like advanced malware protection, is also the part of the Cisco FTD here. So you can see now, so what actually FTD does. So if I'm talking about first thing, stop more threats. So these are the first and the like first 5 features of the FTD. So first is the stop more threats, means it contains known and unknown malware with the leading Cisco advanced malware protects and sandboxing here. So it's all about advanced malware protection. Second feature is the gain more insight, means it gains superior visibility into environment with Cisco Firepower Next Generation IPS. It's automated risk ranking and impact flag identity priority of your teams there. So this is the gain, more an insight. The third is detect earlier, act faster. So Cisco annual security report defines 100 median's time from infection to detection, and across enterprise reduce the time to less than a day over here. So this is it's all about, it will detect earlier and then it will act faster. It will reduce the complexity, means get defined management and automated threat correlations across tightly integrated security functions, including application firewalling, NGIPS, and AMP also. Get more from your network. It will enhance the security, take advantage of your existing investments, and with optical integration of other Cisco and third-party networking security and solutions. So these are the main 5 users, and you can say 5 features of Cisco FTD here. So let's stop more threats, gain more insight, detect earlier and act faster, reduce complexity, get more from your network here. FTD model series. Okay. Now, So these are the different FTD different series are there. The first is about 2100 series. So this is all about 2100 series. Then the industry first one, are you NGFW delivering sustainable performance when threat inspection is enabled here. The next is about 4100 series, the 9300 series, and this is Cisco ASA. Means Cisco ASA is not a next generation firewall. So ASA is one of the stateful firewall. Even FTD is also stateful firewall here. But we can use ASA 55X series as a FTD also. How? The box will be from ASA. The box will be of ASA box will be there, but in that we will use FTD operating system there. So you can say, or we can say here, we can use Cisco ASA 55X series as a FTD also with FTD operating system here. So all these devices, these are the physical devices, but we can use these devices as a virtual also. And then we can deploy on any hypervisor like about Microsoft HV, Microsoft Hyper-V, maybe ESXi and all. And in this video, we are going to be discussed on the ESXi. What is FMC? So FMC is, this is Firepower Management Center, and this device we use to manage FTD. Means if you have to configure anything on FTD, then we will use FMC. So this is one of physical and virtual device here. So we can use it as physical box as well, and we can use it as a virtual box also. So you can see here, Firepower Management Center provides extensive intelligence about the users, about the applications, devices, threats, and vulnerabilities that exist in your network here. So it will provide you, or it will provide us extensive intelligence about the all these things here. So, and it will provide us a proper dashboard and where we can see all these users about applications, and we can keep our eyes on their performance as well. So FMC is a centralized device, centralized event and policy manager for. With the help of FMC, we can manage FTD. Let's consider you have 1 FTD, 2 FTD, 3 FTD, 4 FTD. Consider you have 5 FTDs there, and you need a centralized management for that. Because let's consider if you don't have centralized management concept, like in routing and switching, we have routers. So let's consider you have 100 routers, and on 100 router, you have to configure NTP server, or maybe if you have to configure any host name, or maybe if you have to change the time zone and anything. So we have to individually in the devices, then we have to log in, or we have to take the telnet access or maybe SSH access there. So then we need 100 different like different sessions over there. But what is the centralized management? Centralized management means if you have 100 devices and all the 100 devices are connected with single device, that for the management perspective, so then we have to access, or then we will get the access of all the 100 devices from that centralized device. So FMC is that centralized manager, and with the help of FMC, we can manage FTD, Cisco ASA with Firepower services. Just now we have discussed about 5500X series, Cisco ASA with Firepower services, Firepower NGIPS, Cisco Firepower Threat Defense for ISR, and then Cisco Malware Defensor. So FMC we can use to manage all these devices. This is FMC. What are the FMC models here? So if I'm talking about FMC, so FMC is 1600. This is 1600, we use up to 50 sensor managed. Then about FMC 2600, 30 sensor managed, 46 is all about 4600. Then up to 7500 sensor managed over here. So 30 million maximum events can be happen on this FMC. On this FMC on 2600, 60 millions. On 4600, it's all about 300 millions maximum events here. The storage within the FMC is 900 GB. Into FMC is about 1.8 TB events can be stored. And 4600, 3.2 TB events we can store. And network map up to 50,000 hosts to 50,000 users. In 2600, it's about 150K hosts to the 150K users, and this is 600K users to 600K hosts over here. So as per the requirements in your network, you can use or you can choose any of these model and any of these series of your FMC. But there is option for virtual FMC also in your network. Let's consider in your network you're using 1, 2, 3, 4 FTDs there, and you don't want to purchase a separate physical box of FMC. So then you can do one thing, you can use virtual boxes as well. So it can manage up to 25 sensor, 10 million maximum events, 250 GB events can be stored, and network up to 50,000 hosts and then users over here. So as per requirement, then we can deploy FMC in our network. So in this video, we are going to be learn about the virtual deployment, the deployment of the virtual FMC here on ESXi. What are the devices required for the installation? Devices required: OVF image of FTD 6.2.3, then OVF image of FMC 6.2.3, then Windows 10, and then Cisco switch here. So these are the devices required here. Okay. So guys, this is all about FTD and FMC basic intro. What is FTD? Okay, FTD is one of the next generation firewall. What is FMC? FMC is a device which we use to manage the different devices like FTD and GIPS. So in this video, we are going to be learn about the deployment of virtual FTD and virtual FMC on ESXi. So guys, let's connect with the ESXi. So this is the ESXi 10.20.20.100, and this is the topology which we are going to be used here. So this is FTD 6.2. This is FMC 6.2. Its IP is 10.20.20.11. We will assign here. On FMC, we will assign the IP as a 10.20.20.12. And this is my laptop, which IP is 10.20.20.45 here. So let's first of all, we have to the step number 1. So first of all, we have to install FTD. Then second is, then we will install FMC. And then third step is integration of FTD and FMC here. These 3 things. Let's start it with the step number 1. So for both the devices, we have OVF templates. Go to File and deploy OVF template here. Browse it. It's FTD. This is FTD image here. This is FTD NH is the name for my FTD. That's thin provision. Not management. So I'm going to be assigning to the VM network here. Management interface. VM network is one of my management VLAN. Next, and power on after deployment. So this is FTD. So now I'll start the deployment of FMC2. So this is FMC. This is FMC NH. Thin provision. we can change we'll change its VLAN from here. VM network, because both the devices should be the part of the same VLAN. It's VM network here. Next, and power on after deployment. Now the installation of FTD is going on, and side by side FMC installation is also started. So just wait and watch. So guys, you can see now FTD is already deployed, and now check here FTD NH. It's getting installed. Will take some time. At least from here onwards will take at least 10 to 15 minutes. And this is FMC is still going on. It's showing us will take 2 minutes 50 seconds more. So it's got deployed. So FMC NH. So this is FMC, it's loading, will take time. And this is FTD here. So FTD is going on, and this is about FMC, and this is FTD. So two installations at the same time. Now guys, you can see, so FTD is already, its installation is done. So now we need to enter into its CLI, and we need to configure its management IP. So it's asking for the username and password. So the default username and password for the Firepower product family itself is, the username is admin and password is your admin123. So this is the default username and password for FMC and for FTD2, and even for NG-IPS also. So admin, and here is the password. So now it's written here now. You must accept the ELA to continue. Just enter over here. This is kind of agreement. Just press enter here. Now please enter yes to enter to agree to the ELA. Just type yes here. Now it's asking you must change the password for admin to continue, and asking for the new password. So now I'm going to be configured here a new password, the ad123, and see here. I have changed this password, and now password is panda@123. So the second thing is asking, do you want to continue with IPv4? Answer is yes. With IPv6, no. Configure IPv4 via DHCP or manually. I just want to go with manual. Just enter now and mention your IP here. 20.20.20. What is IP? 11. Type here 11. Asking for subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then enter. Gateway 10.20.20.15. SYE of my switch. It's now asking enter a fully qualified host name, that is Firepower. If you want to keep the same host name, you can just enter like this way only. Then enter a comma separated list of DNS server. So that is 10.20.20.190. Now next is asking for the domain, list of the search domain here, that is cisco.com is my domain name. Now it's asking configure the firewall mode. As you know, in FTD, there's two modes there. and one is routed mode, and the second is transparent. So we are going to be use it as a routed. Just enter. So we have configured firewall mode on this FTD as a routed mode. So now you can see it's done. And now just use a command here, show. This is my FTD. So all the ASA command, you can use it here. Show interface, IP, brief. So this is the interface command here. Then show route to check the route table. Then show ARP to check the routing table. Then show connection to check the connection table on FTD. Show accelerate. If you are aware about ASA command, so same commands we have to use over here as well. So you can see show accelerate. Now just go to your PC. This is my PC here now. This is my laptop. And now try to ping with 10.20.20.11. Do you have the reachability or not? So let me open the command prompt and ping with 10.20.20.11. So you can see we have reachability. Okay, so we have reachability with the FTD. Got it? I hope it's okay. This is clear. So now next is let's move for the FMC.
As now we can see now. So this FMC
got installed. So now let me log in here. So again, the username is admin and then password is admin123. So now you can see we logged in into the FMC. So now we have to configure our management IP here. So the command is sudo su, the center, and now enter the password here, admin123. So now just use a command here, configure network. So now it's asking, do you wish to configure IPv4? Answer should be yes. What is the management IP? So the management IP, I'm going to be configured here, 10.20.20.12 for FMC, 10.20.20.12. Subnet mask will remain same, that is /24. Default gateway 10.20.20.15. So are these settings correct? Just press Y. Do you wish to configure IPv6? No. And now let's update the configuration on its management interface. So you can see here it is mentioned here, updated network configuration. So now you can just try to ping from your base PC with 12. So you can see we can ping over here. We are able to ping with FMC here. Okay. So now we have to log in, getting into its GUI. So for that thing, we have to go to this browser and now type here https and now 10.20.20.12 over here. Got the access. Proceed now. So let's try to log in here. Admin and the password is admin123 here. You can see on the left side, it's waiting for 10.20.20.12, and now we got the access. So first of all, FMC asking us to change the password. So new password. So new password I'm going to be configured here. Panda at 123 and Panda at 123. Let me confirm it. IPv4 address, that's correct, configured by us. It's subnet mask, gateway, host name, domain name, cisco.com, primary DNS 10.20.20.190, secondary DNS, tertiary not required, time zone, manually you can keep it here, set the display zone. It's America, New York. Let me make it Asia, Kolkata. As per your time zone, you can change it. So I'm going to be change it as a Asia and then in Kolkata here. So this is Kolkata and now save it. So it's getting saved, successfully saved here. Done. Got change. And after that, and the end, we have to accept its agreement. License agreement is accepted and now apply. So now it will take password, confirm when do not match. Okay. It's fine. And now let me apply again. Make sure that password should be same. I have accepted. Accept the license again. Small. Got the access of FMC. So now the step number one, that is all about installation of this is done. This is also done. And now we have to go with the integration. So as per the integration, the first step is, if I'm talking about in the integration, the first step is that go to FTD and then go to FTD and add manager over there. Okay, so then we have to add what? We have to add manager over here. So this is FTD and FTD. We have to configure who is my manager. Then answer is your manager is FMC and what's its IP? 10.20.20.12 over here. So this is we have to configure. So let's get back to FTD. This is FTD CLI. So first of all, check it. Is there any manager here? Then command is show manager. No manager configured. Now we need to add the manager here. Configure manager add. What's the IP? IP is 12 and then one key over here. So this is one of the authentication key between FTD and FMC. It should be same on both the devices. So now we have entered here Cisco. So then on FMC also, once we will add the FTD there, then same key will be required. So note down this key and enter this key very carefully because it's very important. If there will be any kind of mismatch in the keys between FTD and FMC, then this integration will be failed. So show manager. Got it. It's pending because on the another side, it's still pending here. So you can see even one note is there. First, manager successfully configured. And the second is, please make note of register key as this will be required while adding device in the FMC here. So please, so note down your register key. So now go to FMC. And now we have to add the device here. So first of all, we have to enable its license. That's about evaluation license here. So go to system and then go to the license and go to smart license. And it will be free for the 90 days here. System processor starting, please wait. Okay. System processor getting starting, please wait for that. So now you can see so now smart license, we are inside the smart license. So this is the mode here, evaluation mode. So you have to just click here, just yes. So got it now. So it will be now, this is we are in evaluation mode and it will be expire in the 89 days here. So now go to device, click on the device because now on FMC, we have to add the device, means which device we are going to be or manage from here. So just let me add the device here. Device is 10.20.20.11. The name for the device is FTD and H. What is the registration key? The same key which we have configured on FMC. Now we have to configure one ACP for that. Create one ACP. There's a three options. So I'm going to be create here block policy. So out of these three, you can configure any of the policies. So this is about block one, and now save it. So block policy is here, then malware. So then smart license, check all these three features and click on registration. So now that registration is going on. So this is the registration between FMC and FTD. So we'll take maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Still it's adding the device because now FMC is trying to add the FTD here. So let it be add, or you can say the registration is going on. So let it be done. So you can say almost registration is going on. You can check it here. Registration communication is completed, established. You can see the communication with FTD and it has been established and discovered in the progress, and its discovery from the devices in the progress. So this process is almost 50% completed. So let it be finished. So it's done, guys. Okay, so this is completed. FTD discovery for the device is successful, and these are some policies going on. Health policy, checking health policy, AMP dynamic analysis, policy pre-deployment and all. So now you can do one thing. You can just get back to FTD once again, and you can just check now, show manager. So last time it was showing it as a pending, and now it's completed. So my FTD got integrated with FMC. Show interface IP brief here. So you can see on these interfaces, Z0 interface and Z01 interfaces, there is no IP address configured yet. And let's get back to this one, FMC here. This is my FTD now, and you can just add it here. So this is my FTD1 now. So let's consider if you have more than one devices, and after this FTD, if you want to add some more devices over there, so then you have to again add here, and then you can add the device, the second, or you can add the another devices here too. So if you want to configure, let's consider this is A0 interface. You want to configure any IP address on top of this. So this is interface, IP name is inside, no shutdown. This is enable the interface. What are the zone? Inside zone. Go to IPv4, static IP. Just for example, the IP is 10.1.1.100/24 on the inside interface. That's it. And make it okay. So you can see this is done. Just save it. So these changes we have done on FMC, and now we have to deploy these changes over there. And these changes we have to deploy over the FTD. So then click here to the deployment, and then you will get the list of all the integrated devices. But right now only one device is integrated with FMC. So just click on this one and then deploy. So I have configured IP address on one interface, and that is inside interface. Randomly, I have assigned one IP. So after this deployment, you can see then I'll show you that IP here. So this is deployment and it's going on. 15% deployment is completed. So just wait and watch. So from here then, guys, you can configure routing. You can configure DHCP, devices, then NAT, VPNs, quality of services, platform settings. Okay. So NATing, VPNs, all the VPNs you can configure site to site, remote, and troubleshooting. So a lot of things which you can from here, from this tab, you can configure the policies like ACP, intrusion policy, malware, DNS, identity, SSL, pre-filter. So all kind of policies you can configure over here. So 50% is done. 80. It's about to finish. Deployment to device successful. Now let's get back to FTD. So previously there was no IP on the first interface. So yeah, now you can see 10.1.1.100 and interface is up, protocol is up. So guys, this was the installation of FTD, then the installation of FMC, and then integration between FTD and FMC. So thank you guys for watching the videos. Thank you.